with Rodrigo Bentancur and Pedro Porro rightly justifying not only their transfer fee, but their weekly wage. Is this £70 million Tottenham player about to be considered a flop? With the Europa League right around the corner, are we about to witness a full debut for one of our starlets? Find out which player Ledley King really rates. Tottenham dodged a huge bullet this summer. And stick around because you do not want to miss. Find out who Sonny has deemed his all-time favorite Spurs player. So ever since Ange Postecoglou has taken over Tottenham Hotspur, the club has definitely withgone some changes, right? Some good, and maybe, depending on how you look at it, Harry Kane, some bad. That's up to you. We have been bringing players through the door, and some of them have came in on some pretty hefty wages, right? Some wages that demand, some sort of form and some sort of result if you're going to be demanding that type of wage. Pedro Porro has recently, completed his full move here, and along with that, so has Rodrigo Bentancur. They both came in with, a decent price tag in, about 85,000 pounds a week each. And with that being said, there is a player that came through the door as well, not too far in the past, by the name of Richarlison, who also warranted a hefty fee because let's be real, at Everton, he was definitely contributing, scoring goals. Since coming to Spurs, he hasn't had the best of seasons. His first season scoring 3 goals. His second season, I want to say 12 goals. Of course, he's had some assists scattered throughout there. However, I don't think it justifies the price tag. Now, I'm not saying I'm sold that he's a flop. No. Hear me out. All I'm saying is, when other players are coming in for a bit less or maybe substantially less, but yet they're performing and contributing a lot more, it causes concern and it definitely starts to raise eyebrows. And of course, Richarlison's injury form has not been, his best friend while at Spurs either. You gotta feel for Richarlison. But I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys because I am very interested to hear what you guys have to say. Are we gonna give Richarlison more time? Are players like Rodrigo Bentancur and Pedro Porro showing why Ange Postecoglou has to trust the process? And now with the purchase of Solanke, if I'm Richarlison, I'm looking at this and the tables have turned. Now there's somebody in here that's really going to be making me fight for my spot. And Ange Postecoglou in a press conference recently came out and said, do not ask me about Richarlison until I update you about Richarlison. And you definitely have to take this with a grain of salt because, who knows exactly what this means, Is he really hurt that bad or is he just not even in the plans anymore? Go down in the comments. Let me know your opinion on Richarlison. And in this next piece of news, I got an article, again, more quotes from the big homie, Ali Gold. If he's definitely the go-to guy when it comes to everything Tottenham related. He has said he would not be surprised if Mikey Moore gets a debut start, a full debut that is, for Tottenham Hotspur in our Europa League match against Qarabag. He kind of did say we're playing, with respect, we're playing a lower side team in Qarabag, aside from Azerbaijan. He said there's really kind of not that big of a risk in handing him the debut. We play again on the weekend, on Sunday, against a tough Manchester United team. Is Ange Postecoglou keeping one eye ahead for the game against Manchester United, or is he going to place the best possible team out there? Guys, I know how tons of us in the Spurs community feel. We want Ange Postecoglou to take every cup competition serious, especially this Europa League, and this may be a tournament that we can definitely win. I feel like we are heavy favorites to win this competition. I'm not saying that because I'm a Spurs fan. Just look at the teams in the competition, and I think, I favor ourselves to win it, definitely. And it all starts on Thursday, and let's give Mikey Moore his full debut. It is no secret throughout the Tottenham community that one of my all-time favorite players is the King himself, Ledley King. And this weekend he spoke, says when he was a player, he hated playing against players like this because they gave him no time on the ball and that would frustrate him. I'm talking about none other than Dominic Solanke, our new forward that this past weekend got off the mark, scoring his first goal in that win against Brentford. And this is when Ledley King was asked about Dominic Solanke. Speaking with the Spurs web after the game, he let them know what he thought and how he felt about Dominic Solanke. He said, when you get strikers like that don't stop running, chase everything down, you never have any time on the ball. They're a bit of a nuisance, players like that, but they're good when they're on your team. Very good. These direct quotes from the web. It also stated in the article that Postecoglou did admit Tottenham were looking at Ivan Toney. However, they went against the selection because Dominic Solanke was the man that Ange Postecoglou wanted. I've said this all along, my homies. The way he presses, the way we want to play, he is going to be key. And I talked about Richarlison just a bit ago. I'm rooting for him. Of course I am. I would totally love for both of these players to work together and see if somehow we can have both of these players both firing on all cylinders, because if I'm honest, that's the best case scenario for this club. If we are going to get any type of silverware this season, I'm saying both of these players are going to be key. And one attribute that both of these players have is they love to press. They never give up. And that's something I have to appreciate. I'm rooting for both of these players, but right now, Dominic Solanke is the man that got the praise from my hero, Ledley King. So it's only right you go down into the comments and let me know how you feel about Dominic Solanke. But not only that, how do you rate Ledley King as our all-time center back? Where does he rate? Top 5? Let me know down in the comments. You know, and this one, I was a bit bummed when I heard the news. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, I told you. Now, it was no secret that all summer long, and even before that, we were flirting with some sort of, transfer saga with Santi Gimenez. And I went out and said, please don't do this. As much as an attractive player he looks, I had the privilege of seeing this man play here in Denver when Mexico got their butts smashed by Uruguay, when Rodrigo Bentancur and Darwin Nunez put on a masterclass here in the Mile High City. I will definitely put a link for that video if you want to check it out. One of my favorite games I've ever been to. When Tottenham were linked with this player, this was exactly what crept into the back of my mind. As much as I wanted to see a Mexican player wear the Tottenham kit again, the last time was Giovanni Dos Santos. And let's be real, my homies, we remember how that finished, right? It's just a bit of a tough league, and I knew that this guy was injury prone. I didn't want to see him go to the Premier League and fail. I mean, I guess he could go to another team, but just not to Spurs. What happened, my homies? It's sad to say, and I don't wish this on anybody, but he's out for almost 3 months now with some sort of thigh injury that he picked up. He didn't get his big money move this summer, and you got to think, why not? Other teams were definitely rumored and going for him, but no move never materialized. He stayed at PSV Eindhoven. A shame, I know. But damn, did we dodge a bullet, my homies. I haven't done this before. If you're not subscribed, if you haven't liked, please do so. But my homies, here's a test. If you've made it this far into the video, go down into the comments, write Mihailovic into the comments. And if you haven't made it this far, honestly, it's totally okay. At least you clicked on the video and got the view going, and I hope you liked it. Now for the final thing that I want to share with you guys. Heung-min's son was asked to name his all-time favorite Spurs player, and you're going to be shocked to find out who he picked. Now, I don't know if there was a bit of politics that had to do with this, right? And Sonny, of course, is always going to say the right thing, so I don't know how much we can take out of this, but take it for what you will. I think maybe he's being genuine because, of course, Sonny is genuine. How can this man tell a lie, right? How can this man tell a lie? In an article from Caught Offsides, Son Heung-min has left fans surprised by naming his all-time favorite player. Do want to remind you, Son Heung-min has played with Harry Kane, Hugo Lloris, Gareth Bale, Eric Lamela, an ultimate shithouse of this team, and anybody's favorite. He played with Moussa Dembele, for crying out loud. My guy, Heung-min's son, said that his all-time favorite Spurs player is Ben Davies. Heung-min's son saying that Ben Davies is his best mate. Well, he didn't say best mate, but said his all-time favorite player. He's played with arguably some of the greatest players in all of the history of Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, I was definitely surprised that he didn't go with Harry Kane, right? The sure win for that. Or even Eric Dyer. You know, Eric Dyer is, for some reason, has been friends with everybody. But, you know, that just goes to show Ben Davies is definitely loved by a lot of the players. I can probably guess that. He's loved by most of the players. And he's been there for a long time. Definitely going to get a testimonial, which is rare nowadays, right? Players staying at a club for 10 years. Heung-min's son and myself have appreciated you watching this video. With that being said, I'm going on another away days for the Rapids. This time I'm going to Minneapolis, Minnesota, as the Rapids take on the Loon from Minnesota. If you want to check something different out, check this video out. It's my latest match day vlog. We played against Toronto FC. Check it out and don't forget to like.